If you've been on YouTube for any given amount of time, you've probably seen some of your favorite personalities advertise a VPN. So what exactly is a VPN, and why would you need one? Let's get into it and see, from an end user's perspective, what some good choices for VPNs are in 2021. A VPN, or Virtual Private Network, is a tool to have in your privacy toolbox. Unfortunately, due to some gratuitous language commonly used in their ad spots, people tend to get the wrong idea about VPNs and think they're some be-all, end-all privacy tool. While features might vary from service to service, at their core, all VPNs accomplish two things: encryption and protection of web traffic, as well as IP masking. Going over the basic process of what a VPN does in the real world, as in it's running on a device, once turned on, a VPN starts encrypting all outgoing traffic from the device. Furthermore, the data is also wrapped in essentially a secure container, which is commonly referred to as a tunnel protocol. Because I'm 12 and sex is really cool, it's sort of like a condom for your data. Is this your first time seeing the script?
It is.
Okay.
I faith, like, with no question, trust your script writing abilities, so.
It's pretty good so far, huh?
Yeah.
This now protected data is then sent to a VPN provider's server where it is decrypted, and the server performs the intention of the data. It is at the step where the IP masking takes place. VPNs are able to hide and mask your IP because the web server you're trying to communicate to only directly interfaces with the VPN server, who just merely claims it's you. IP masking is why VPNs allow you to choose a location you can make things think you're connecting from, which is useful for watching British Netflix, or maybe you're an expat and want to better access your native internet. Anyway, back to the process at hand. Now that your data has actually reached the VPN server and has been sent out to wherever it needs to go, the data requested to be returned gets sent back to the VPN server, where it's securely packaged and sent back to you. While the process seems fairly lengthy, it all happens fairly instantly, as most modern VPNs come with a minimal increase in latency if you're on a good connection already. So VPNs are a useful tool, from doing everything like shopping over public Wi-Fi to more nefarious things that will cause you to get a letter from your ISP. However, just like condoms, VPNs aren't foolproof, and just like any sort of security, be it physical or digital, they can be exploited and broken via vulnerabilities. However, these are few and far between. If you deal with a reputable VPN service, and if someone or some organization with the tools and know-how to get around the use of VPN and steal your data, they must really want your data, and there's not much you can do at that point. Now that we've been primed on what a VPN does, now it comes down to choosing one. As mentioned in the intro segment, there are a ton of different VPNs out there, all being advertised by small to large influencers. So which one is the right one for you? We can narrow down 3 that you should strongly consider. These are not advertisements for any of these services. We have accepted no monetary payment for any of the mentions here, but merely recommendations from a fellow end user. The first choice is Private Internet Access, or PIA for short. In the effort of full disclosure, this is the one I personally use on a day-to-day basis, and I have for about 1.5 years now. PIA offers arguably the best network performance of the mainstream VPNs, and of course has desktop and mobile applications for both iOS and Android. Speaking from experience, all of their apps are simple to use, and the service has been very reliable during my time using it. One of the most important security features PIA has is a no-log policy, where nothing about what the user is doing online is stored by PIA. Because while using a VPN, your ISP might not be able to see what you're doing, the VPN company certainly can if they so desire. So no-log policy is an extra layer of trust put between the service provider and the user, and spoiler alert, all of the VPNs we're featuring today have a strict no-log policy. One of them got to prove it. Unfortunately, things are not all sunshine and rainbows for PIA. While no hacks have been reported regarding PIA, PIA is based in the United States, a participant in multiple international data collection and intelligence agreements, including the Five Eyes intelligence program. The US allows for the retention of user data as well. This aspect might be of concern to certain users who are a bit more paranoid about their privacy, but hey, more power to you. Furthermore, in November 2019, PIA was acquired by Cape Technologies. Cape, previously known as Crossrider, was/is known for distributing browser toolbars as well as potentially unwanted programs. Cape, as it has existed as Cape, has had a fairly clean track record so far, and also operates 2 other, technically competing, VPNs to PIA. So it's no doubt that the user base of PIA was quite upset when the acquisition by Cape was announced. I'm gonna say it. Moving on from PIA, the second VPN on the list is NordVPN. NordVPN offers plenty of network performance, plenty of service to access, and comprehensive support with a desktop application and iOS and Android apps so you can put a VPN on all of your devices. NordVPN is also based in Panama. Something of merit is Panama doesn't have any sort of data retention laws and is not a participant in any international intelligence gathering programs like the previously mentioned Five Eyes. Nord can also come with a couple of extra goodies like a password manager and an encrypted storage cloud similar to Meta, but that costs extra per month, and of course Nord has a no-log policy. Where NordVPN runs into trouble is that in late 2019, the company announced that it had been hacked. In all honesty, the extent of the breach seemed somewhat minimal, in the sense that actually compromising user security and data. What actually happened is that a nefarious individual was able to set up, using a compromised data center account, a server that users of NordVPN could connect to that posed as a legitimate Nord server. According to NordVPN, the server was only up for about 2 months, from between late January to mid-March 2018. When announcing the breach, NordVPN was hyper-confident that no user data was compromised, but the idea is still somewhat troubling. The worst to come of this breach was maybe a tech tuber or two having egg on their face. Furthermore, to NordVPN's credit, the issue launched a massive security and systems audit internally, examining all of their infrastructure. NordVPN has also begun a third-party audit of all their systems that reached well into 2020, which by far was the most rigorous security testing any VPN will have undergone. Proof so far of an audit success is when NordVPN announced in late 2019 that Verspite, the digital security company they're partnering with to perform the large-scale audit, had audited their mobile apps and had reported 17 bugs that were briefly fixed. So giving NordVPN the benefit of the doubt, it does seem as though they are actively taking steps to make sure a breach doesn't occur, or when one inevitably does, the scope of the breach is minimized and there are fail-safes in place to minimize the damage done to users. While there are a ton of high-end, well-known VPNs out there, after all, we just got done mentioning 2 of them, this list wouldn't be complete without mentioning Movad, a smaller, lesser-known VPN that takes privacy ridiculously seriously. Movad offers desktop clients and has options for loading it onto Android. There's no dedicated app for iOS, so you have to use WireGuard or OpenVPN and boot up Movad's custom configuration for each of those apps in order to benefit from Movad's service. Furthermore, from the get-go, Movad is committed to anonymity, not requiring email to sign up, and even allowing users to physically mail in cash payments for their subscription, so you don't have to give Movad your credit card details, and is obviously no-log. That is the funniest shit, honestly. Movad has comparatively lower server counts than both NordVPN and PIA, and network performance isn't quite as slick as the previous 2 options, and in general, that's kind of the worst thing going for it. These just aren't as smooth to use with Movad as what the previously mentioned VPNs. It's just a bit rough around the edges by comparison. Furthermore, while Movad doesn't have baggage like the previously mentioned VPNs, Movad is based in Sweden, a member of the EU as well as the 14 Eyes Intelligence Sharing Alliance, and all of the privacy implications that might come with. Make of these 3 VPNs what you will. The only thing I'll really tell you to do here is stay away from the free VPNs out there you might see. No VPN, even paid, is without its issues. Each has their own drawbacks and advantages, and which one you choose will be up to your personal evaluation. I would also encourage you to do your own research beyond this video, and look at some of the other big name VPNs out there, like ExpressVPN and Surfshark. Hell, you can only even make your own. This video was only meant as a good starter for those looking to get into the rabbit hole. And with that, that's going to do it. Leave a comment down below and let us know what VPN you think will be best for you, or which one you already use and why. And of course, if you enjoyed this content and would like to see more of it, make sure you leave a like and hit that subscribe button. Also be sure to follow us on Twitter at tech_4_thought, and check out our affiliate, cultureofgaming.com. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.